Hello guys, welcome. Zarini here. We're gonna do a new tier list for the new patch. This is the season 6 first update. Nukes just came out. This is gonna be a tier list mostly for ranked, but I'm gonna add Nukes in here just for the banters. Because we played her a little bit on the test server and a little bit on the live server in casuals and stuff. And you kind of get some opinions about her. Nothing here is like you're gonna be like 100% sure. We've been playing on this patch for like a week and a half or something like that, so we haven't been that long. But it's nice to get some opinions out there and give some ideas of what people to focus on in ranked. I already have this written out on the side, so if I look to the side, it's my second monitor, and I'm just trying to make it the similar way or the same way, and we can debate this later anyway in the comments. Let's start. I'm gonna go with the point tanks first. I even differentiated all of these, so you have the tanks, supports, then damage, and then flanks. We'll just start with Inara. Inara's gotten quite the buff. No slow when she shoots now. You used to get, I think it was a 50% slow as soon as you started shooting, and it was quite the annoyance. And they removed it, and they've added some extra DR as well, so she's up there right now. I put her in S tier. I pick her like so much these days. If you watch my stream, this is a champion that I play all the time, and even when I play off stream, she's so much fun right now, and I really enjoy playing her. And she's a point tank, so point tank is my main role, so kind of makes sense, right? I have Fernando. Like I think last patch I would put him here, but Dinar is so good that he goes down to A, and also he got a little bit nerfed with the shield. The shield lost some HP, but it's not much, but it's a little bit. And A tier, a little bit worse than Nara. Still better than this guy though, Barrick. I think Barrick with Tinkerin now, because you don't really see many barricades, barracks anymore. Tinkerin is very very good, but you have to play it in a different way. And I personally haven't found a way to master it yet. Maybe I need to play him more to like re-understand, and because he used to be one of my main champions with Nara back in the day in the PPL, and it was Nara or Barrick like almost every game. So I don't know, like he just is just not as, for me, not as strong as Nara and Nando, but like some people would go like this, but for now I think this is pretty fair. Maybe he just goes straight to the top when people start to figure out how to aim with him and how to play him properly. He just seems to die too quickly right now for me, man. Let's drag in Terminus. So this is a PC tier list. If it was console, everything would be different, obviously. But I'm a PC player. Oh, I dragged in Khan. Terminus, he goes to E. This kind of sucks because I'm known as the Terminus player from Europe, even the Terminus player in the world, dude. I was the one who brought this guy to the PPL. I went 4-0 in my first 4 matches with him in the PPL. My team loved this champion, but he's just terrible right now. On PC, he brings you nothing. I would play him on Ice Mines just as a meme, but then Mako needs to be banned, and it's just don't pick him. Like there is no real reason on PC to pick him. Moving on, Nyx. Where should I put her? Is going in E tier, honestly. She she has some utility that makes her fine, but her damage is meh. She no regs a lot. Her survival is meh. She doesn't, like, her shield feels like, for me her shield feels really bad, and it looks fancy, but it's just a shield and it just breaks so quickly, and I just don't like her. Maybe when people get better, maybe D or C, but right now E is completely fine. I struggle to make sense of her. I don't think she's very good right now. Her damage is just so low, and yeah, it's not fun right now, sadly. Um, she's definitely a point tank though, like the others, because of her um passive, where you get like extra healing by standing, or you get extra rejuvenate basically by standing close to the point, which is pretty cool, I guess, because they're forcing her to be a point tank. But I don't know, not really my favorite champion right now. Let's grab in Khan, like actually just grab in the whole of these, because the off tanks here, some of them are very similar, some of them are better, but they're very very similar. Let's go with the best one, Ruckus, S tier. He wins matches, dude. He he's the carry in ranked. You can pick this champion if you have a good off flank and a good off tank as Ruckus. You're gonna fucking pop off, man. Like he is so good. You go in, you get space, you might die, come back with monster riding, huge health pool. You just he's just a very strong champion, but he requires a good player as well. Um, but that's the skill ceiling, you know. If you're really good, Ruckus can carry. If you're not very good, Ruckus can be just terrible. And I would say he's the most complicated tank in the game, and he's just good, man. He's just very good. Let's move on to Azan. He goes to S tier. Very flexible tank. Very high survivability. Everything on him is just where do I even start? Everything is just so good. Where like damage, HP, utility, like his abilities, they're all good. They're not Ruckus good because Ruckus is just a little bit better, but he's just a overall very strong tank. I don't think there's a single composition where you can pick him and he's like, oh, he's terrible. Um, so yeah, it's just a very good tank and doesn't require special comp, doesn't require a lot of healing. Just a very good tank. Torvald. He's actually brutally broken right now. It feels like it feels very unfun to play against him though. Like with his shields, and it's just based on his self shields. Like he's so tanky, you can't really kill him. And if you kill him, you can't just wiping their entire team. So he's very strong right now. Many people have not come to see how strong he is yet because he requires some doesn't require aim, but it requires a lot of like brain and a lot of like team play for him to be very strong. But I put him at S. He can go up and down. It really depends now how it plays out the next weeks. But he's early picks in higher ranks. Like he just picked almost first rotation. Same with Tanar and Asan and Ruckus. So like just just highly rated right now. Yeah. Moving on to Makoa, Hopshell Makoa below Asan and Torvald. He's very good though. But his hooks don't feel as empowered anymore. You know, you hook someone, they don't die. You put up your shield though on rotation, and it's very strong. Um, but it feels like your shield bot and your, you know, he's not the same as he was, but he's still very good. Even though it didn't change much with him over the last patches, all the tanks are just getting better. Azan, Asan, this is Asan. Atlas, he's also very good right now. His shield talent, they gave him 500 extra HP. Put him to A tier straight away. This guy is so good, man. Also one of those technical tanks where you have to put your shield up the correct angle. You have to hit your right clicks to get your resets because you have like a card that gives you 5 seconds cooldown off your shield. Obviously, you play big shield almost all the time, so shield is very important. Apart from that, just high damage, but very technical. Where you, if you play him a lot, you're gonna get so good with this champion, and he's gonna feel like any other champion. But he is like, how to explain, like Tiberius when he was released, so clunky and annoying. But when you get used to it, oh my god, Torvald is Atlas is broken. Um, yeah, moving on to Rom. Rom goes to B tier. They nerfed him a little bit, like his healing talent, because this is the healing talent is all you play with him right now, and it's very good. I wish like you could play like Enforcer a little bit more, but for now it just doesn't make sense. Khan, we put out Khan also in B tier. Kind of just putting all them like in order here now. I feel like Khan, you can't put him lower because his ultimate is so damn strong. His damage seems a little bit lackluster, but his overall kit is pretty good. Um, but his ulti just wins matches. And if he didn't have that ulti, if he had like a worse ulti, he would be down to C, I think. But if you hit your ulti, you can win games because of it. So yeah, Ash goes on the same tier. She is very good, and she does very high damage actually. Like her damage at the end of the game is usually the highest of all the tanks. Um, but she gets bullied quite a bit by the other tanks. You can't really just dash in anymore and do a lot. You need to have your ultimate. You need to, even with your ultimate, man, you'll get CC'd, you'll get thrown around, you get hooked out of it, you'll get rewinded out of it, you'll get dashed out of it. Like, there's so many things. So, still very, very good though. And you can almost play her every single match if you're good with her. So, it's like a weird one, but Asan can fly up, she can't. So, also, Asan is OP. Truth. We have Jaggerat as the last tank. She goes down to C tier. She's good. I She's a good tank. Like, all of these champions are good except for these two. But like, if you're very, very good with her, I think she can work. But also, she's been nerfed a little bit, and she's one of the champions that I hate to play. Too clunky, too annoying, too specific. Where you don't have your horse, you don't have like, it's one of those champions where you have to be like a main to actually enjoy her. I just don't. Well, I just want to be a Jaggerat main, dude. I don't like her, straight up. Okay, we're done. We're done with the tanks. We're moving on to supports, and let's put in Lilith. She's the best support in the game right now. She goes to S tier. It won't be S plus because you can beat her more or less. Like, she falls off in the late game basically. But high damage if you play damage talent, fine damage either way, and her healing is just through the roof. It's so brutal in some games that she just out healed everyone. Grover goes here. This is like, he's changed so much. His damage is so much lower unless you play Ferocity. I play the healing talent and I do so much healing. It's like, I don't understand. Like Bright Mars and Jaguar Falls, the healing you get, it's like stupid. But also, yeah, he just goes to A tier. Very, very good healer. Doesn't have much as much like damage and CCs as before, but still very good. Damba also goes to A tier. Just same old good Damba. Very, very good. Doesn't really, can't put him lower. His ultimate is very strong in the early game. Also falls off in the late game. Um, Insanely high healing. Very good for a point tank. And right now with this meta, I think like having Damba or Lilith with an aura makes it even better because just the utility you get with her is just so much. So yeah, we're gonna grab in Pip because this is like a weird one because they've buffed him. Combat Medic to be specific. Combat Medic is quite strong right now, and if you play a composition where he can heal, like if you don't play like, you know, flying stuff that goes into their backline constantly and you can't heal them, like with so many other healers as well, but like specifically Pip, this is a skill shot as well. If you play easy comp for him, he's gonna top healing. He is very strong then, but I can't put him to A because these champions work with everything. Well, Pip is very like, you need this, you need that, and yeah, Pip is still very good though. Like, I would never put healer Pip this high before, so big steps, and maybe like later during this patch, like he might go up to A or S even. Like, it really depends. We need to see how Pip players develop. We're gonna go on to Corvus. Also goes to B. Very flexible, very good healing, very good for flanks. Put your marks on the flanks, heal others. You know, it works. It works. You can put the mark on the point tank as well on the Nara if you have like movement speed and stuff. Like, Nara is so much fun with movement speed. Don't get me started with that. So yeah, Corvus up here. We're gonna move on. Put Ying in here to B. Ying is also a healer where you get a lot of healing numbers. You can also play her as damage right now. I see it happen quite a lot in ranked where people play like the explosion talent, where you get extra damage when people kill your clones and stand next to them, and it's so brutal. It's so damn brutal. Uh, and you get your ultimate, and as soon as you get your ultimate, you win the first round, for example. Her ultimate is really, really strong. In the late game, she falls off super hard though. Like, she has low damage, unless you play the damage talents. When you play healer Ying, she has low damage and good dismounts. That's one thing though, but she doesn't really do anything apart from healing and put down clones. And the clones can be good walls, you know, for stuff. But yeah, B is good tier, not a bad healer at all. Let's just do Furia. Like normally I had Furia up here, but your healing this patch has been terrible, like absolutely terrible, and I don't think you can play the talent that we all play. Um, so you need to either go into Solar Blessing or Exterminate now to do anything with her. I think because your healing numbers are just too low, and her ulti got nerfed by 1 second, and that's like it's not that big, but it's enough for her to be like super weak compared to what the other healers are putting out in numbers, you know. So her ulti is still very good, but like you just can't heal with her anymore. And Solar Blessing in rank is very scary. I wouldn't like see it here. She has potential, but I'm yet to see it, you know. Grok. He's nerfed, man. He was also like up here before, like all the way up here. But now I think his healing is too low with the totem talent. So you have to play the other talent, like the beam healing, where you aim at people and you heal them. I haven't seen anyone do it well yet. So I'm gonna put him here. And his ultimate is always gonna be good. Maelstrom Grok, I've played like a couple of games with that. And it seems like you're doing less damage overall. So yeah, see it here. We'll see. Like he's still Grok. We can get him up to B or A depending on how the season goes for him. Haven't really seen him much this season. Ceres goes to C tier. Like she's not bad. She has decent healing numbers and stuns. Her ultimate is actually so fun. I've seen a couple of them where you just ult people off the map, or you hit an ulti that basically wins the round. Charges quickly. Just honestly, this is one of the seasons where I want to see more Ceres. If Lilith is banned, like I wouldn't mind having Ceres on my team, which is like a really weird statement because she's been weak for so long on PC. At higher elo, at lower elo, she's very strong because you right click someone, then you look the other way and you just heal all of them. You know, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Ray, I have not seen her at all this patch. Not in a single game, I think. She goes to C because I just don't know, but I know her ultimate is really good, and yeah, I can't really put it down to D because I think she still is still good. So C. I'm very opinionated about this. We're gonna put in Io. I think like I've played a little bit with her, and I played with Sena Miyuki, a Twitch streamer. She plays Io at a high level, high damage and everything. She did really high damage in those games we played, but the healing numbers are just gone. Lifelink talent just doesn't do any healing anymore, you know. So I don't think she can be good. Even if you're good with her, I don't think she can be as good as any of these other healers. So I'm sad, but this is the truth. Uh, Genos, D tier. Haven't seen him at all this patch. I don't believe him in him as much as I believe in the Ray. They buffed his ulti, so maybe like you can't rely on ult kills with this guy though. Just don't see him, and I don't think it's very good, from what I'm thinking at least. So yeah, that's the healers. Move on. We're moving on to the damage champions now. Oh, by the way, guys, uh, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really, I'm closing in on 1,000 subs. I would really appreciate getting there. So thank you all for subscribing. Yeah, let's move on. BK. BK goes into S tier. He is banned very often now. You could even make it into S plus on Bright Mars and Jaguar. Certain maps that he's good on, Ice Mines, like he's a very strong champion, very high damage. His ultimate is not the greatest because you often die when you use it, but like he's just a very strong champion right now, and you can't really duel him properly. So just a very strong champion. Yeah, if you can pick him on Stonekeep, oh my god, on Stonekeep, this guy is the best. So yeah, he's a very often banned now. So yeah, definitely deserves to be up here. We're gonna grab Shalin. Goes to A tier. He's pretty good, pretty good. Very good utility with the invisibility. The Sand Trap talent is the most often played talent, where you get 300x damage doesn't get affected by Haven, so you do a lot of damage. You do 1300 on that shot, and that's sometimes or many times enough to kill a character. You know, if they get shot a little bit, 1300 bursted dead. It's like a sniper type of damage, you know, and just a very strong champion. Very useful against the champions that have lots of mobility. So you can see them and kill them. Just a very good champion right now. Carrying on, we're gonna get the Cassie. Cassie goes into B tier. She is not as good as Shalin. Her damage isn't as high. Execution Cassie, the dodge roll talent Cassie, still has potential against certain tanks like Inara, Ruckus. Just being able to move around a lot more makes her good. Another talent would make her just way weaker than Shalin, and I feel like she doesn't belong in the same tier as Shalin, so a little bit below, but she's still playable and stuff. But yeah, not the greatest anymore. Yeah. Moving on to, I'm gonna take the Leon, put her next to the Cassie. Leon is very good. Same as Cassie. High burst, high mobility. Like the B tier is pretty good. Um, but you know, Shalin stronger, BK stronger. He's not very much picked right now due to other champions being more fun. And I mean, she's good, but I wouldn't put her higher right now. B tier is pretty good. Like this, everything up here is just crazy. Dredge, next to Shalin. This guy has so much self-sustain. He's basically with teleport and self-healing and like shields and everything. He's just a very strong champion right now, and people have figured him out in ranked as well. You see him so much if you tune into my stream, Ambi stream or Mutu stream. You'll see him like so much. He's many of the people's favorite champion. He's just very annoying to play against, and people seems to really love him. Let's bring in Tyra. Tyra goes to the A tier. It's mostly due to the hunting party talent. Um, it's more of she has good good damage, good survival with some DR here and there. But the hunting party talent gives you wall hack, dude. Against certain champions, it breaks them. Like Seven, for example. You're flying across the map, but you constantly reveal as soon as she sees you, and it's just such an annoying talent, but it's so good. So she needs to go A tier. I couldn't put her lower. Um, so much utility with the fire on the point and just her damage. Overall, very strong, and she belongs in the A tier for sure. Tiberius, he goes into the B tier. Very strong champion. Good burst. His ult is not very great, but it's just on some maps like ice mines, like maps where you can just spam down the middle. He's just gonna do a lot of damage, and his sword is also really good. So he belongs there. Very strong. Let's go. Willow go to the same tier. They're kind of similar to their spam, and Dead Zone Willow ulti, like her ult is so good though compared to Tiberius. But I would, for the pure spam, Tiberius would be better, but just Willow ulti and Willow Dead Zone, even against Damba and Grover ulti and Lilith mark like circles on the ground. She's just very good with the Dead Zone. Um, Drogos goes to C tier. He used to be a little bit better, but they slowed him down with the changes to the trust. Um, he just feels a little bit too slow right now. You can still have good games, but he needs to have an easy draft for him to work. And yeah, I wish it was better. He's one of my favorite damage champions to play, but he just doesn't have it anymore. Let's bring in Victor and Vivian. They're very similar. They belong in this tier as well. They kind of bad against flanks, and flanks are very strong right now, which I'll show later in my tier list here. Yeah, these two they're just average, I'd say. They're decent damage, but they get countered by quite a lot of things, and yeah, on PC they're not the greatest right now. Imani is quite bugged right now. There's fall off on the dragon. There's like small bugs here and there. D tier, If they fix the bugs, maybe C tier or even B if she comes into meta. But right now, I haven't seen her in 100 games basically, so no reason to put her higher. Kinessa, this is a weird one. I haven't seen her forever. He goes to E tier. You pick this guy instead, who goes all the way up to B tier. This guy is way better, way higher survival. Way like she's just better in every single aspect. The ultimate from Kinessa, I would pick over Strix ulti, but the invisibility, the damage, the peaks, like he's just better right now. And yeah, I wouldn't pick this unless I really, really needed her to counter something, and I don't think that's gonna be the case this patch. So Kinessa is just majorly meh. I no, not good right now. Octavia, Octavia, she goes to B tier. It's a little bit surprising to me. I asked some people about her, but I see her quite a lot as well in ranked. If I play Fernando and I play against her, if she gets record 1 or record 2, my shield is just non-existent. Very good record. Ultimate is good. Good leap. Like overall good abilities. And like her dome that she shoots out is so freaking annoying, man. Sometimes I just go a different way when I see the dome. I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with this. But yeah, just generally a pretty strong champion, and yeah, see her quite a bit as well. Sati goes to C tier. Don't really see her right now. Could be many reasons for that, but she just seems very mediocre. Just like these. Um, Other champions that do the same thing and do it better and safer. So C tier is completely fine. I wish it was better, but no, no, she's not. Betty La Bomba, she goes into A tier, which I think is fine. I think Betty La Bomba, when you play against a very very good Betty, like Nosy on Europe, Nosy is very very good, right? One of the best players by far in the game right now, and he just breaks my team. He breaks like I get surprised when he breaks me on point as well. He just does so much damage with his champion, and I don't want to put her higher because I don't see it very often, but she could she could be higher. Um, yeah, very very strong if you're good with her. I think we made it to the end of the damage dealers. I think there's nothing left there. Good, very good. Um, we have this one. Ugh. Don't want to say anything. She didn't even get put into rank this patch. She's kind of no one likes her. Let's not talk about her. Moving on. Eevee, all the way to S tier. It's kind of crazy. They haven't done much to her over the last patches, but she's just right now. She's just so strong. She wins games on her own. I might be a little bit like biased due to playing against very good Eevee players all the time, like Nadit, like Nosy, Uber Spady, even Mewtwo sometimes when he plays Eevee. It's just she is just so strong, and I I wish that we had more people playing other champions than Eevee to make me like understand that how good they are. But I think they might just be the players. But Eevee right now, he might be bannable in some situations. So Eevee is S tier. Normally maybe A tier, but S tier in Europe for sure, man. 7 next to Eevee. He is so strong this patch. They nerfed him, right? By like reducing a little bit of damage. I think it was 5 damage per shot in burst, which is what you play all the time. If you watch Rock Monkey play this champion, you'll understand might buy S plus, but we don't base it just on Rock Monkey. But yeah, he is very very strong right now, and the only thing he lacks is what this champion has. Vatu. Vatu goes to S plus. The reason is his crazy damage reduction and his self-sustain. He's healing so much on his own and he's not taking any damage. It feels so bad when someone with 20% DR or damage reduction is flying next to you and you shoot him and you're barely hurting him and he heals as well and like teleports to you and then he swings at you and does 900 damage to you and you're like, what just happened? He like, and then he ults you and he kills you. Like, stupid champion right now. Best champion next to Ruckus. I would like if there was if I put S plus plus, he will go above Ruckus. That's how strong this guy is. I almost banned him every game, so I don't really see him that often. But yeah, every time I see him, I remember why I banned him. Let's try Sky. Sky goes to E. Not seeing her at all this patch. Doesn't seem very good either. So I think that's where she belongs. Bora, good mobility, but has nothing else. I see DPS Eagle play her, but I think he just does it like as a joke. She's not very good, trust me. Talus, similar to Vora. Um, I'd say he has higher damage on PC than Vora, but he's just not very good. Ultimate is good for getting picks, but he's not very good. Like that's just how it is. There's too much mobility in other flanks for him to even have an impact. Zin actually see a little bit now. He goes into the C tier, which is, like, I don't want to put him to B because his damage is not that great. His kill potential is not that great, but he will take advantage of weaker players by hitting every counter, dashing around. Just overall, not a good champion at the highest level right now. Androxus. What have they done to Androxus? People play the reversal talent now. I'm glad that they changed it, but we need to get the Darkstalker talent into the game ASAP. You see him, but he's just a shell of himself now. See it here. Doesn't deserve anything more right now. Same as Moji. Um, you actually see Andrew quite a lot. Still, but I think still see it here is fine. Moji is more rarely picked, but she has potential. She has quite the potential in certain matchups and on certain maps. Um, Especially in ranked right now, you're always gonna have a mix of players, and if you don't have the top players playing against you, she can carry games on her own. So you deserve C tier. Better than both of these two. So yeah, let's have a look at Koga. Koga, he is weirdly picked. Like he's picked into triple tanks. If you play triple tank composition, he pit against it, and the reason is that he is very hard to kill with his dashes, and you can easily charge it up. But you don't play Claw Koga. You play the submachine guns, and you just shoot and put out as much damage as possible. You ulti, you shoot, you shoot, you shoot, you shoot. You put out as much damage as possible, but there is better champions. See it here, it's completely fine. Lex. Lex has higher burst, and therefore he's better than them. But wait, he goes to 8 here. I'm not even kidding. The reasoning, he is so good against 7. He's just so good against 7. He can beat, like, he can contest these OP champions, or the champions that I call OP, due to him having discovery, or like the division on one target and then the discovery talent. So you can duel all of this. Maybe not the BK all the time, but you can duel all of them and you can keep them in check. So he's just a good champion with a very strong ultimate that is rarely remembered. Because when you die to it, I fucked up. No, you didn't mess up, bro. You know what happened? You got Lex ulted because Lex ult is actually pretty good. Lex is a good champion. Straight up a good champion. Meave. Same as the Lex, but they play very differently, obviously. Her ulti is still very, very strong. Her damage is good. You can play both Street Justice and Cat Burglar. Street Justice still probably the better talent, but for pure dueling against another flank, you gotta go Cat Burglar. But yeah, like she's good. She's still good. Caspian. This is a champion that I had like all the way up here before. They've nerfed. I guess the Ninja nerfed it somewhat. People didn't see it. He has this card that gives him 60% movement speed for 1 second. It used to be 3 seconds. And that's what they changed. When you hit people with your shot with your sword. Yeah, no, that's a little bit weird. You shoot with your sword, but yeah, and he's still good, but he's quite controllable, and he falls off a little bit. I think what they need to do with him, they need to like not make him need to have all his stacks to do a lot, because when you don't have your stacks with him, you do very little compared to what you do with it. it's like a huge buff when you get fully maxed out on stacks. So it's like they need to like minimize that or make it like less impactful. Um, Still, beat here, good champion. I don't see him a lot this patch, honestly. I think people are a little bit annoyed by him as well. He's just not a fun champion to play against. So yeah. Buck. Buck is C tier. You don't really see him. You might see a little Raven trick here and there, but there's better champions right now as flanks. I mean, if you jump in with with Buck and then you see 7 flyer on the map where Eve would blink in and out and just do twice the damage, like yeah. Buck is just he's you could pick him in certain situations, but it's like why there's champions that do things better. Anyway, that's my short little tier list video of this current patch. Um, if you have any ideas, something that you think is very wrong, is your favorite champion all the way at the bottom? Do you love Terminus as much as I do? Do you want to see a better Terminus? Just comment and let me know. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.